Hey guys, today we have the Strike Industries SMC Alpha Mark II chassis for the P320. Now the SMC Alpha Mark II is going to be all aluminum. That includes the back strap right here and the Picatinny brace on the back. The brace is optional, so you can get that separate. You can get the dual folder or the single folder like I have right here. So this whole entire back strap is removable, so you can actually just replace it with the regular back strap, so you can use that frame as a standard conventional grip module. The front end right here is going to be your magazine holder, and it is going to be polymer, but the whole entire front end all the way up until this point is a Picatinny rail, so you can put whatever accessories that you actually want to on there. Now if you look closely, yes, that is going to be the magazine release, and with SIG fashion, it is reversible on both sides. Now with this SMC Alpha Mark II, Strike Industries did give an extended magazine release to make it easier for you to actually get that magazine out. One thing to note that I've actually found so far, it is a little bit stiff when you first get it, but once you actually run through it a couple times, it starts loosening up. Everything is going to be a lot nicer. Now on the grip portion, you will notice that they did extend that magazine release too, so you can eject your magazine a lot easier. And a nice little feature right here that they actually added, which is superb. You do get a charging handle now, which is fantastic. But now that we have the side charger, it makes it so much easier to actually rack. That is one of the nicer features. I hated grabbing it from the front end and just trying to rack it that way. But with the side charger, I can use my booger hooker and jack it no problem. Now with the optics plate, what's it compatible to? Everything. This plate right here will actually have slots and holes that you can put RMR footprints, Doctor footprints, Vortex footprints, K-series stuff, RMSC, and all that jazz. It will be able to be compatible with these things, and Strike Industries does give you all the hardware necessary in order to actually do so. It will also come with the recoil pads as well. Now you will notice that the optic is sitting a lot higher than it normally would. That is so that you can actually still utilize the iron sights. Now if we're taking a look through that hole, you can still see the iron sights fairly clearly right along there. No problem, but you may have to adjust the cheek down just a wee bit. But in this configuration, you will still be able to use it as a handgun. So the transition between the red dot and also iron function is fairly seamless. Now you will notice this is going to be the X5 version. So this is going to be the full 5-inch barrel. And this is going to be meant for the full-size frames. This thing will stop with the 4.7-inch barrel P320s. And Strike Industries also did come out with the new base pads. These are +5 extensions. This is a 17-round magazine, so now I have 22 rounds on both ends. It does give you the cutouts, so it is compatible with all the OEM P320 extensions, so you have nothing to worry about. Now with that being said, how does this thing actually perform? In typical SIG fashion, you have to keep that chamber empty from what they actually say. Let's check it out. Absolutely divine. It's something to kind of get used to, but you won't get any reciprocation from the optic whatsoever, so it actually does not require as tight of a mount as you would expect with the pistol. No reciprocating action. It's fantastic that the red dot does not actually reciprocate with the slide whatsoever, so you can stay on point and on target a lot easier. And now that we're out of ammunition, I can showcase how to actually reload this little fella. If you can't reach it with your thumb, what I found was super easy, especially with that high cut. You can still use your middle finger right here in order to actually release the magazine. Now when you release that magazine, I'm not too worried about it because it's an aluminum base. I know it's going to be perfectly fine. And now I can just grab the magazine, hit the magazine release with my thumb, and insert that new magazine. Now, it still gives you access to both of these slide releases and slide locks. However, I found it easier to use your booger hooker and that charging handle. Now, because the way it's kind of oriented, it is going to be very awkward at first. However, I did find it to be extremely easy and natural to actually perform a reload. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Even performing tactical reloads are fairly simple with this thing. It's still the same intuitive response. You're just changing these up just a wee bit and you're good again. It's just pretty sick in general. With a product like this, SMC Alpha Mark II, Strike Industries is bringing the heat for 2025. And I'm all for it. That's the SMC Alpha Mark II, baby. Definitely an awesome product from Strike Industries. That aluminum just feels so darn good inside the hand, and it really adds that weight that you actually want to actually stabilize things down. Their brace design is probably one of the best on the market. It is so darn natural to actually feel, and it doesn't actually dig into your collarbone whatsoever. You would think it would, especially with this super thin blade, but everything else kind of fattens everything up, so it's super comfortable to actually shoot. I also forgot to mention that it does have QD points on both sides, so whatever on that one. The only gripe I have about this product is going to be that this thing is just overly massive. If they could figure out a way to actually add a little bit more rail space so I can put a flashlight or something on here, that would be super swell. Holster compatibility wise, I don't think there's anything that can actually fit with the SMC Alpha currently right now. Honestly, I didn't do that much research on it, but it's still an awesome product. Definitely a 9 out of 10 for me. Hey, like, share, comment, subscribe down below. If you want to live through the RoboCop fantasies with me, by all means, subscribe. Let me know what I should be doing next. If you haven't done so already, follow me on all my socials. And as always, thanks for stopping by.